What's going on YouTube? Marcel Boatwright. In this video, we're going to be taking a quick change of course and we're going to be talking about the profitability of my Helium hotspot miners. Really quick, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and do not base your financial future off of this video. So Helium has three founders. The first founder, Sean Fanning, and he's the co-founder of Napster. The second founder, Amir Halim, and he's a gamer slash video game designer, and he's the current CEO of the Helium project. And then the third founder is Sean Carey, who is a systems architect. The Helium project is also backed by Coastal Ventures, formerly known as Google Ventures, First Mark Capital, Mark Benioff, and other companies. So what exactly is Helium and what are they trying to accomplish? So over the next 5 years, there are going to be roughly 75 billion things, quote unquote, that are going to be asking for an internet connection. So connecting to the internet via Wi-Fi or however else you get it from a service provider like Spectrum, AT&T, Verizon, etc. can be very expensive. So what Helium is, it's the people's network. What I will be doing as a hotspot, having a hotspot, is I am providing the network coverage using LongFi, and that'll allow companies to network into it and have network coverage. Helium is cheaper to connect to compared to alternatives like Spectrum, AT&T, Verizon. The batteries are less battery intensive, so it uses less battery to connect to it. So companies like Bird with their scooters that need GPS tracking, so on and so forth, they'll be able to connect and not need as much charge in order to stay connected. And the power will be in the people's hands. It's called the People's Network because me, a hotspot owner, I'm providing coverage for the Helium network. So I'm rewarded HNT or Helium. So I'll be able to vote on where the project goes and have more say in it, just as if I was on the board of directors of Verizon or AT&T. Helium did announce that it's getting into the 5G space. I am not in the 5G space. You have to get a separate antenna or hotspot for that. I do foresee this becoming a very big growth opportunity for the project itself. So I'm looking forward to that. I will keep us informed as to what happens with it. So with Helium, you can build your own antenna. I don't have very much experience in doing so, but you can, if you know how to build an antenna and use the open source software and upload it, you can start mining HNT today. You don't need any of their proprietary software or hardware or anything to get started. Of course, you have to have the know-how. I couldn't explain it, but there are YouTube videos explaining everything, how to do it, set it up, and so on and so forth. The antennas do not use a Wi-Fi signal. They're using what's called LongFi. One of the main differences is the range. So with LongFi, you'll be getting kilometers of distance and coverage compared to Wi-Fi where you're getting hundreds of feet potentially. So how am I being rewarded? Me and my friend bought 3 hotspots from Bobcat miner. It's the Bobcat 300 miner. They're roughly $500 a piece. So that's $1,500 initial investment, $750 a piece. So what we're doing is providing network coverage and being rewarded with the cryptocurrency Helium, HNT, which has a dollar value of whichever range. If you're trying to find out anything more about the project that I don't cover in this video, if you want to just read the white paper or anything, I'll leave links to the Helium portal, as well as videos describing in more detail as to what Helium, the project is, what they're trying to accomplish, and then basically a roadmap for where they want to be in the future. So how do hotspots earn Helium? Hotspots are earning Helium through proof of coverage. So what is proof of coverage? Proof of coverage is an automated algorithm that verifies a hotspot is real and is located where it says it is. It incentivizes owners to overlap hotspots, but keep them not within a 300-meter range. So you want them, for most profitability, to be 300 meters at least away from each other. But you want the coverages to overlap, of course. And then rewards both parties with HNT, the Helium token. The more data being transferred from hotspots, the more you're going to be rewarded. Also, you'll be earning HNT by expanding the network and providing the proof of coverage. So the project makes money by using data credits. So a company like Bird, the scooter company, purchases data credits using real US currency. Data credits are also pegged to the US dollar. So every 100,000 data credits you get, it's going to be $1 and they are non-transferable. These data credits are used to burn HNT, therefore decreasing the total supply of HNT. Helium is a deflationary currency, so that means once it's all been mined, no more will be created. Does the hotspot cost a lot of money to run? So in my experience, no, it does not. It takes very low energy usage, probably like $5 to $10 max per year. So that's a lot different than compared to a lot of other cryptocurrencies, whether you're mining Ethereum or Bitcoin. The ASIC miners specifically can cost upwards of $10 a day. So Helium hotspots are very low maintenance compared to all the alternative cryptocurrencies. It's pretty much all your initial work is going to be on the setup and then just making sure that it doesn't get relayed or that the antenna isn't off, just basic troubleshooting. But it's set, forget, all your work's pretty much going to be up front and then you're just sitting back, letting it work, letting it do all the things that it needs to do and making money while you're sleeping. Helium does want to get into 5G coverage. I'm not too sure where they are with that. However, the hardest thing about that, even for big telecommunications companies like Verizon and AT&T, is the infrastructure. So with 5G, the range is so small and there's so many factors that can limit it that it's super expensive to get started. You have to have basically an antenna on every single block. It doesn't travel well in high humidity, it doesn't travel well through walls or anything like that. So infrastructure is definitely going to be one of the hardest things. That's where I think Helium could be more successful than the alternatives of Verizon or AT&T, where yes, they have a lot of money, but all I would take is me getting into it, and then my neighbor getting into it, and then my other neighbor getting into it, and then we're going to be providing this coverage, at least in small areas, should you get into it. So I will say, in my eyes, based on the research that I've done, I believe that the token is very bullish over the next coming years. More and more people are getting into it. There are big delays on shipping miners right now. It's roughly between 20 to 28 weeks from when you bought the miner to when you're going to actually receive it. When I purchased my miner, it took us over 5 months to actually receive it. And then of course you have to set it up and everything like that. So yeah, the future growth perspective, I think, is one of the best things about Helium. It is a top 50 cryptocurrency currently based off of market cap. Once 5G becomes more developed and based on the community and what everyone's trying to do with it, I do foresee that 5G will be the biggest hurdle for Helium and could be the determining factor for it. So my story. So what exactly did I do with Helium? How did I get into it? So my friends actually told me about Helium. I started looking into it a little bit. I did some YouTube research, gotta love YouTube. And I found out that it's very profitable for a lot of people. Some people were making over $800 a week off of one hotspot miner, which cost $500. So of course that piqued my interest. And I decided to pull the trigger, me and my other friend, and we bought 3 hotspots, $750 each, so $500 for 3, $1,500, and then $750 a piece. We bought those midway through last year, and it took 5 months to get all 3 hotspots. Initial setup was pretty bad, actually. It's fairly easy. The app, once you open the box, it has a cut sheet, exactly what you need to do. Download the app, and then it just walks you through it step for step. But profitability was abysmal. We were making a couple pennies, honestly, every single day. First, we were getting relayed, so we had to go into the router, port forward. It's really simple stuff that you have to do. But the thing is, it's location. If there are no other Helium hotspots around you, you're going to be getting almost nothing. You'll probably be breaking even in electricity costs every single year, which is $5 to $10. So really just pull up the coverage map, put your area in, see if there are any hotspots that are near you, and if you'll be able to see them, you'll be able to make more money. See what their hotspots are making, and then base your decision pretty much off of that. Yes, it's not a 100% accurate tool that you're using, but it's going to be a lot better than buying these hotspots and finding out you're making 17 cents every single day. But yeah, anyways, we got all 3 hotspots. Originally, when I set it up at my house, there were nothing. There were no helium hotspots near me. I did know that before I purchased it. I just didn't know that the profitability would be so low. Luckily, my friend knew someone where there were some areas where, like Charlotte area, downtown Columbia, South Carolina, he knew friends and he trusted them, and we put the hotspots there. So we have now 3 separate hotspots, all in 3 completely different areas, 2 in South Carolina and 1 in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we got them set up roughly in November. It is now January 26th as the time of the recording. And those hotspots are making on average 20.2 helium a month. That's just off of the 3 hotspots. Granted, one of those hotspots are providing 80% of those 20 tokens every single month. So it's really about location. You can have a really good spot and you could be making you can be making 20 coins a month off just that one hotspot. Or you could just be making, 0.17 or 17 cents every single month off of that one hotspot as well. So it really just depends. Do your own research and then see if it'll be a viable option for you. But yeah, so at current prices, we receive 20.1 helium a month. So that's roughly $430 every single month that we're getting off of 3 separate hotspots. Yes, helium token has taken a nosedive. So has the entire crypto market, but we're long-term hodlers. So, I anticipate the coin, each token going up to upwards of $100, hopefully. So that would mean instead of making $450 a month at current prices, we could be making $2,000 a month at current prices, at future prices. So get into something that you believe in the project, you think that long-term outlook is very beneficial. And then, already less than 6 months in from actually getting the miners, we're already at 100% profit. At current prices, we're averaging a 28% return on investment. So that means in 4 months, I'll be at pure profit at this current small prices. We have seen a 50% decrease from the highs of the crypto, but that is what it is. So that would just mean instead of 28%, I would be getting 56% every single month. So in 2 months, I would already be receiving my full investment back. So yeah, we're currently making roughly $400 to $450 every single month off of our 3 hotspots. It's not the best, but that is my journey. Of course, we could have put better locations. They could have been at worse locations though. We could have built a better setup, had a better antenna, so on and so forth. But I'm happy with where I'm at with it. 28% every single month is pretty dang good in my opinion, especially since we already are at pure profit and we're a long-term holders. But yeah, so I hope you did enjoy this video. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description for you to click on how to purchase a hotspot miner. Till next time, YouTube, I hope you got something of value from this video. I'm just trying to be as, transparent as possible. There's a lot of clickbait out there. I just want y'all to know that this is what I'm doing. This is the outcome of it. I think it's a very viable thing. I've done research on it and I personally believe in the project. But once again, not financial advice. But till next time, YouTube, I hope you all have a great day. Peace and love, baby.